Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome back to the Bridging with Kai YouTube channel. Today, I have another hand for you from the same actual speedball set as the last video, which is up here if you want to go see it. This speedball had so many interesting hands in it, and I'm like, how have I not made videos about them yet? We're getting there, and by the way, this speedball was like months ago with a player who I've never played with before. It went great. I think we placed quite well, but the hands are just interesting, so I needed to share this one with you. And there's actually something even deeper in this hand. I played this hand super well. It was the only way to get the result that I did. But there's some like crazy circumstances where double dummy, you could make even more tricks. I just want to look into it because this is exciting. I love this hand. But before we do get into the video, I need to thank everyone. We just hit 600 subscribers while I was just in Italy. I am back now, and I am more engaged than ever to be making more videos. Very excited for what's to come. So thank you for supporting me. And if you have not supported me yet in terms of subscribing or liking videos or sharing videos, then please do. We're on a journey together. We're trying to spread bridge through the interwebs, and you can certainly help me do that by subscribing to this channel right now. Did you do it? Did that? Okay, you can wait to the end if you're not convinced yet. Okay, anyhow, let us get into this bridge hand. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is your hand. You are vulnerable, and the opponents are not, and the auction starts out with a pass from West to you, so you're in 4th seed. You gotta decide whether or not you're gonna open. And here, I did something a little bit silly, in my opinion. I do have an 11 count, and I thought that my hand was good enough for an opening, but it really isn't, though, because the ace of clubs is good, but ace singleton is always a very uncomfortable holding because of potential entry problems, and also it isn't fluid in terms of if you want to get roughs. I opened 1 diamond on this hand, even though I had an 11 count. I do not meet the rule of 15, where you count your high card points plus the number of spades you have. I meet the rule of 14, though. We're really close. But I probably should not be opening with this hand. And I did, which I kind of regret, but also I really didn't want to pass out. I didn't feel that bad. I've got the 10 of diamonds, which is a really helpful card. But also, like, I'm in pass-out seat, and who wants to be the guy that causes a pass-out? Like, I've got the 10 of diamonds here. That's a useful card. That's worth a point, especially when you've got the queen-jack in front of it as well. I bid 1 diamond. It goes 1 spade from West, and then your partner does a support double, so I'm like, okay, great. I have support for partner. I'm going to bid 2 hearts, and then it goes pass, and then 3 hearts from partner. And I guess he must have been playing an imps game, because for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to bid 4 hearts. In what world? I've got an 11 count and partner's a passed hand. What? I guess I envisioned partner's hand. Let's see what Delulu land I was in here. I'm thinking like, okay, let's give partner a good 11 count. Let's give him the queen of hearts, okay? The king of diamonds, king queen of spades, king queen jack of spades. That's like a very hopeful holding. Maybe partner like has king doubleton of spades and like the king of clubs. Is that a possible holding for partner? No. Yeah, it would have to be the perfect hand would be like partner is the queen of hearts, they have the king of diamonds, and they've got the king queen of spades. Or like the ace of spades, and we're able to pitch away a spade on a diamond or something like that. But we don't have enough aces for that to happen. We're not going to be able to draw trump to use the diamonds to pitch things away. I don't know what Delulu was going on in my brain, but it made me think that I should be bidding 4 hearts here. So I did. And now you end up in a hopeless 4 hearts contract, and you're going to see how hopeless it is. Boom. Look at that. Partner invited on a 9 count, and granted, it's a great 9 count. You got 2 aces. But look at this. You've got a diamond loser. You got 2 spade losers. Possibly 2 heart losers, depending on how well the heart split, but also you don't have that fluid of entries. Sure, you got the ace of spades, you got the ace of diamonds, but you don't necessarily want to be using them immediately. So yeah, this hand is all around uncomfortable. I feel hopeless. I have no hope of making this contract, but we're going to try our damnedest. Now, the first thing I think about on this hand is what am I going to do immediately? My brain is saying, okay, West overcalled 1 spade, so they have 5 spades, which means that East probably has 2. So the first thing I think is I'm going to cut communication. I'm going to duck this spade, and they're going to play another spade, and I'm going to play my ace, and then East doesn't have any spades left. If East is ever the one that gets on lead, they're not going to be able to play spades so that West can cash their jack, right? They're not going to be able to cash their winner if East is the one that somehow gets on lead. So I've attempted to properly ducking, playing the ace so that East does not have any spades left because I paid attention to the bidding. So I have two additional ways of getting tricks in this scenario, in my opinion. Firstly, I want to get rid of this spade loser if I possibly can. I can also gain tricks by attempting to play clubs and rough clubs in the heart suit, maintaining the suit in the north hand. But the problem with this line is I would have to play a club, right? And I don't have the entries in order to rough all of these clubs. All I have is the ace of diamonds, right? Like, I take this diamond finesse, maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't, right? But, like, the only entry I have here is through the diamonds, and now I have no entries unless we get something favorable going on with the diamond suit. So I can rough one club, but in most worlds, I'm going to try roughing finesse this diamond to pitch away this spade, but lots of the time I'm going to get roughed here when it splits 4-2, or something like that. And now the cross rough line doesn't really work because they can just start drawing my trump. So now my trump are gone, not completely, but I can't get rid of all these losers. I can only rough one more club. It's just, I'm already down. So the lack of entries took me away from this idea of working on clubs. So that left me with this idea of instead working on diamonds. And part of setting up a suit is you want to start drawing trump so that they're less likely to be trumping you. But the problem is if I draw trump and I let West in, then they're going to be able to cash their spade, because the whole point of trying to set up these diamonds is I want to play on the diamond suit in attempts to throw away this spade loser up here. So the idea is the losers that we want here are we've already lost a spade. We want to only lose 2 more hearts, and we can get rid of the spade loser in a favorable diamond situation. But you're going to need some help from your opponents in order for that to work, really. There's lots of different things, but I'll show you. So here's what I did. I played a heart, and my idea here was that if East had the ace of hearts, they have to play the ace of hearts before my king. If they play the ace of hearts, then my king is set up. Great. If East is the one on lead, what they decided to do is they ducked their ace. This won for me, which is great news. I employed the possibility of doing both of these things. I cashed the ace of clubs so that I kept the idea of roughing clubs open. And then I played a diamond, which was covered by the king. Thankfully, the finesse worked. And then I went for this idea of now roughing clubs, which I think I should have debunked earlier. This is not really the idea. Although it doesn't really hurt to attempt to rough clubs. At this point, it's one extra trick. Why not? You have club losers, try to get rid of them. Maybe your diamonds don't work out. But I think one of the best ways to go for this is attempt to just rely on the diamonds being 3-3. And you're going to be able to pitch a spade and a club. And even then, you still need some roughs with clubs in order for that to work. Because you have 3 pitches, right? You can pitch a spade and 2 clubs. So you did need to rough a club at some point. So what I attempted to do was I cashed the jack of diamonds, and then I played the 10 of diamonds, pitching a spadoodle, and then this got roughed. If the diamonds were 3-3, I would have made this, right? I totally would have made this, because the spade loser would be gone, I would just have 2 heart losers, and that's it, right? That's all. And I'd possibly have a world where I could even run the diamonds pitching clubs, don't really need to do roughs, but at this point I would just have a bunch of like cross-roughing to do. So unfortunately for me, this plan didn't work because they just were able to win their Queen of Hearts and Ace of Hearts separately. And I was just down 1 at this point. Now, there is a mistake that the defense made on this hand. Let's go back and talk about it. Sorry, bridge lovers, I do have a little interruption here that I must talk about. There is the Spark auction that is going on right now up until July 13th for an event that is happening on July 21st that I have to tell you about. This is an auction that provides donations for the ACBL Education Foundation, which provides funding for subsidies for youth players to go to international tournaments, as well as helping fund bridge education programs in hopes of trying to get more youth players into the game. This is a great way to learn, play with a pro, and also donate to Youth Bridge and helping grow the game. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so here we are on the auction site. There are two options in terms of games that you can play. There is the special event that is happening on the 21st where you can donate to play with a pro who has donated their time to be offered up on this auction. We've got players like Zach Grossack, we've got Bob Hammond, we've got David Berkowitz, Larry Cohen, Michael Rosenberg, Adam Kaplan, and a bunch of other junior players, including myself. I am on page 2. So if you want to come and play with me on July 21st, this is a big event where yourself and the pro, we're going to be playing on Real Bridge. So you're going to be able to chat and have fun and play bridge. It's not competitive. It's just a place for people who love bridge to come and spend time together, have fun, play some bridge, and also work together on a cause. If you still want to donate money, but you don't necessarily want to play with a pro, you can also enter in these events. There are limited tickets to get into the different flights of event. The A flight is like the top 20 bid on people. You can donate $500 to play in that, as well as in the lower one, which is pretty much everyone else who gets bid on for that particular event. You can donate $100 to play with your partner of choice in that event as well. And if you don't want to play, but you still want to donate, there are kibitzing passes for $10 to watch this really fun live stream with fun commentators. They're going to be going around the top flight games and watching all of the pros and clients and all the fun interactions that happen there. But if you are not available on July 21st to play, don't worry, there are plenty of other options to donate. You can decide to donate to play with a pro at a time that works for you and that pro. There's options like Mitch Dunnett, you've got Rob Barrington, you've got Sandra Rimstead, you've got Robert Todd, you've got plenty of junior players, and the list goes on and on. We've got 176 pros who have donated their time either for the 21st and or for a special game. You got Debbie Rosenberg, Donna Lombardini, Gavin Wolpert. So if you are interested in supporting Youth Bridge, this is a great opportunity. The link to this auction is in the description. And once again, all of the proceeds go completely to promoting Youth Bridge. I hope to see you there. If you want to play with me, you can bid on me on both a game after the event or for the event itself. It'll be a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing you there, and let's get back to the video. The mistake that the defense made on this hand was right here. Wes should not be covering the Queen of Diamonds with the King here. This is not the plan, fam. But why, fam, is this not the plan, is the question. It's because it gives me more fluidity. Because now that I can play the ace, and I have another entry back to the south hand, things become a lot easier for me if ever I, wanted to set up diamonds. What looks more comfortable for Declarer? Playing the king, and then taking the ace? Or, let's say it goes low, and then we finesse. Which one looks more comfortable? This one does, because you have to jump through more hoops as Declarer in order to set up your diamond suit. You got to get back and rough it, and now you got to take a roughing finesse, right? But at this point, this looks really uncomfortable, because now a heart can just be exited, and you got a lot of losers here, bud. They can cash their spade, and now, you can't rough everything. Your diamond is set up, so when they play a spade, you can run it around to the jack and then use the 10 of diamonds to pitch the club. So you're still down 1, but it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. And the player has to go through a lot more hoops. And actually, when I was looking at this hand, Double Dummy found a great line to make this contract, which I have to show to you. This is great. Let's get back here. Queen of Diamonds. And when the King of Diamonds is played, this contract can make. So it goes King of Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds, Diamond, on the holding, of course. So here, you don't want to rough a club, I guess. I'm not completely sure why. We'll look into it. But the line to making this contract is to play a diamond, okay? You play a diamond and you pitch a spade, and then they trump with the 7 of hearts. Okay? And this is the huge part about it, because of the way that the hearts split. You have the ace of hearts and the queen of hearts, both singleton. Okay? So when they exit a club, we ruff. Okay? And now we have to exit a heart, crashing the hearts. So oddly enough, even though the 7 of hearts was never really a heart trick, it ended up being what we call like the natural trump trick, because by East roughing with it, we have been able to crash the ace of hearts and the queen of hearts on the same trick, resulting in only 2 heart losers. And what happens from here is East, hilariously, is end played. Now, to be clear, if the ace of hearts and the queen of hearts were swapped, then West would be on lead, which means they could exit a spade and we can't rough everything. We don't have enough. But because East was the one that held the ace, now East has to exit either the queen of clubs, which sets up the north hand completely, or they have to exit a low club, which we could pitch a loser on and run around to our jack. This is a decent idea because West did have to throw away the king of clubs on an earlier trick. Now, that's how Double Dummy makes this. You make them crash their heart otters, and then you end play East and clubs because they hold the ace of hearts. Like, if we swapped them, right, it was completely safe for West to exit whatever they wanted, and the end play would not be there, and we would have a club loser in the end. But, let's go back. The question that I have is, why can I not play a club here? So let's say we play a club. Goes club. The whole idea is that we are trumping in the shorthand, right? We're gaining tricks by doing this. I think what I'm seeing here is the end play doesn't happen anymore. Spade, ruff, and oh, it's not the play. It's the fact that West doesn't have a club left. So they're able to score their trump separately. When we rough this, they're able to over rough, and then they can play a diamond, which we don't have any left, but who cares? They were able to score their trump separately. So by roughing the club, it opens West's void so that when East plays a club, they're no longer end played anymore. They can trump with a non-natural trump trick, scoring their queen and ace of hearts separately. Ah, that is super, super cool. Guys, what a hand. So, in the end, we could have made this contract with this mistake. I certainly could have played it for this to be the case, but this required a lot of mental gymnastics that I don't think I had. You need this exact distribution for this to work. If West had another club, then East wouldn't be end played. But if West has one fewer club, then they're always able to give the ruff with the queen of hearts. So there's a lot going on here. Super cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. Looking back at this hand, it's very interesting. I could have made it. I had some of the right ideas, but I did not see the club play coming in the end. I was not playing for them to be 6-2 in this manner. Alas, I think I did the best I could. I think down 1 was a great result. The problem is, the moral of the story, don't be in 4 hearts on this contract. When your partner invites you and you open with an 11 count, don't accept it like a Delulu person, like I was. That's the advice on this one. I hope you enjoyed the play of it, even though the bidding was probably not the best. Playing game on a 20 count? Probably not a good idea. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the Bridging with Kai YouTube channel. And yeah, keep on bridging, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye.